So, are you an empath or not? Let's talk about it, you guys. Um, First of all, I wanted to do this video because just like the word narcissist gets thrown around a lot, and everyone is not a narcissist. Every toxic person is not a narcissist. Sometimes they're just an asshole. Sometimes they're just stupid. Are there other mental illnesses that can be going on? So it's not always a narcissist. Now, there's a new word, of course, that is being thrown around so much, you guys, and that's the word empath. And is everybody an empath? No, no. So we're going to talk about it today, and I'm telling you where I'm coming from with all of this, okay? Just like there's a spectrum, yeah, just like there's a spectrum with narcissists, where someone's on the line, and they could be here, or way over there, over the top somewhere. You know what I mean? The same thing I'll say for being an empath. So, could you be an empath and not be a fully developed one? Yeah. Could you be an empath and be a fully developed one? Absolutely. Or could you not really be an empath at all? Absolutely as well. Now, the ability to feel empathy doesn't automatically make you an empath. That makes you typically human. The typical human that's not a psychopath, who's the section or of the brain that deals with empathy is stunted for them. But for all the rest of us, we tend to have some type of ability to be able to understand what another person may be feeling. Okay. But where it becomes empathic or you're an empath is when you're able to begin to pick these things up, even when someone, for instance, is trying to hide it. Your relationship with emotions and feelings are more extreme. Um, so you're having somewhat of a sixth sense. And this sixth sense in you, it's a lot more refined. It's a lot more defined, if you will. It's a lot more prominent inside of you, especially if you're just able to look into someone's eyes. If you're able, which is why it's, I am an empath. I really am. I'm not one of those people who are just saying it. It's actually true for me, which is why if you look back on my videos, and I've done a lot of viewer requested videos, they give me a little information and I'm able to bring in so many pieces of the puzzle, and they're like, I didn't tell you that. How did you know this? How did you know this? So when you're an empath, you're able to pick up on energies. You're picking up on energies. And it's a supernatural thing, honestly. It is. It is. It's not, you're not a psychic per se. I'm not trying to call you a psychic or anything like that, but it's paranormal. And it's in the way that this works. Because the example that I just gave you with the viewer requested videos, for instance, people are just giving me words. They're just giving me words. But as I'm reading it, it's almost like the energy that they were putting in those words when they were typing it to me, emailing it or whatever, inboxing me. I'm feeling it. The energy came over. I'm able to pick up on the energy even with just words. If someone sends me a text, for instance. So being an empath is just that right there. Your ability to pick up on emotions on the highest of levels, on the highest of level, not just on a basic level that a typical human being can sit over here and observe that Johnny is pissed off right now. Okay. But an empath is going to probably understand where the pissed offness is coming from. You know, they're like, okay, yeah, Johnny is mad, but I know that it's because of this, something deep rooted, or even if it's not something deep rooted, but you're understanding, you're able to connect the dots of not only this emotion is happening, but even the why. Where is this coming from? And that's what can make an empath a healer. And that's what could make them a good therapist, a good life coach, someone that you could talk to, because they're having these insights and they're getting the downloads, they're a vessel for that. And spirit will work through you and reveal things about yourself and about others. So you're highly in tune with emotions and feelings to the extreme, even. And it actually means that you, of all people, need to be very careful about your environments, because you're so sensitive to energies. And even a very seasoned empath, you have to protect your energy and your environment. If you're around a bunch of drama and arguing, chaos, you're going to feel it in your stomach. And that's another sign that you can know that you're an empath. Yes, anybody can take in stress and feel it, of course, but empaths are a lot more sensitive in that way. Like, you probably do not like to yell. You don't like to get aggressive and angry. You don't like going into those energies. And I don't recommend that you do it if you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to go there. Sometimes. But hopefully they're far in between. Because I can tell you that as an empath. Someone is coming and they're being too toxic in their energy, I'll start feeling a sharp pain in my stomach. And then that's when I know, look, I got to shut them down. And I already know before that pain starts, but just by how they're operating and presenting themselves and conducting, and I'll already know, like, I got to keep my distance. I got to this person out of my life if I can. And if I can't, I really have to manage my interactions with this energy, because it's not healthy for an empath at all. It's not healthy for anybody. But because we have that extra sensitivity, and we feel it in the guts, the environment matters so much. It matters so much. And on top of that, where some people may feel threatened and uncomfortable with that, i.e. a narcissist, they will eventually, an empath in their strength, a narcissist is going to run away from you, because you're too wise. You know too much. You see beyond the veil of them, the mask that they put up, and they're not going to want to be around you for that reason. And that's amazing. That's a powerful thing. People don't want to be around that, especially people who have something to hide, So that's a gift. That is a gift that you should use to your advantage. Yeah. But yep, narcissists, they're not going to want to be around you in your strength. Now, when you're not in your strength, and I've made videos to help empaths with this, to learn how to balance it, because your gift can feel like a curse if it's not sharpened properly and you don't know how to use that and how to handle that. Your emotions, feeling sorry for people will have you overextending yourself and draining yourself out left and right, basically. So this is where a narcissist is licking their chops, and they're able to give you a sob story and have you feel sorry for them, and keep pulling you in with that, especially if they get you to love them and care about them and this and that. So then you become an emotional dumping ground. So either people are going to feel uncomfortable with you because they feel too naked and exposed around you, or people you're going to you're going to attract people with emotional and psychological problems, and they're going to be happy to dump on you, or they'll attempt to do it if you don't have certain types of boundaries. Empaths, you got to have boundaries. Sidebar, I'm just going to throw this in here. Being a crybaby does not make somebody an empath. Yes, empaths may tend to cry, and they may do that privately, honestly, because empaths understand, at least the healthy ones, they understand about emotions and stuff, so they're probably very careful about who they would even want to dump their emotions on or share their emotions to. And a lot of times when you're on that level of frequency, you probably more than not will turn more to the spiritual realm, unless you have a good confidant or mentor or somebody that you can trust with that. A lot of times you may feel like you may not know where you're going to turn to, but everybody is not an empath. And then some of you who are empath definitely need to refine it and stabilize that within you, and to learn how to work that to your good and not your detriment. Okay. So, I wanted to, begin this conversation, and hopefully it makes sense to somebody out there. Yeah, I love being an empath. I do. It's become a gift. I know before I understood how to use it, I felt like it brought me a lot of pain and suffering and sorrow. But it's just, there's a lot of sensitivities with it, and you have to know that about yourself. Like when I said your environment, even what you listen to musically, what you're watching on TV, I don't like to watch a lot of violent things. Watching people die and, all of this. I don't like doing that. I don't. And I would certainly not expose myself to stuff going to bed in that manner. I'm very protective about that. So it's just, understanding what your triggers are and managing your environment and your exposures and choosing, you could choose the kind of music you listen to, high vibrational or whatever. If I find that I like a low vibrational song, like maybe I like the music, I'll find the instrumental, or I'll find the clean version if I need. There's things that I'll do where I can still, be out here in the world and not necessarily be of it, or, take what I want and leave what I don't, But, we're just having this conversation, one empath to just everyone else. A lot comes with it, but there's going to be expectations for you to use those gifts. So I'll end with that. I'll say that you're not just given that gift. There's a reason for it, and God is going to use you for something pertaining to that, and to help others. But with wisdom, you learn how to do that with balance and boundaries. Okay, so you're not, especially those of you who are up the scale, you're graduated or you were promoted, or you have this ability on a very high level. Yeah, you're supposed to be doing something with that. You know, I'm not saying that you can't have another life. I work a 9 to 5, you guys. You know, there was a time when I did the channel full time. There was, but I don't anymore. I put as much time as I can into it though, because I really love doing this. And I know that this is one of the ways that God uses, you know, my empathic abilities. So, but yeah, I do all types of things. I do. So, you know, let it empower you and figure out how you're supposed to be helping yourself and others with this gift, because you are. You are destined to do that. So figure that out. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and see you in the next video.